Look at this cute card that was made with Tasty Trucks and also the Sealed with Love stamp set through Stampin' Up. Look at how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? And it's wicked easy to make. It's so simple. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to make this moving card today. Hi guys, isn't that card just so cute? I thought I would, being that I'm doing the giveaway, I thought I would just go ahead and showcase another example of what you can do with the stamp set Tasty Trucks. Okay guys, so to get started with that card, you're going to need some real red cardstock, and this was just a 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock I cut in half, and this will give you your A2 card, which measures, once you fold it in half, it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's going to be your base. Then I also took a piece of mint macaroon. I'm going to do this one a little differently with different colors. But I took a piece of the mint macaroon, and this is measured 5 1/4 by 4. I also have a strip of red and a strip of black. The black measures 5 1/4 by 1 1/4, and then the strip of real red measures 4 1/2 by 2. And you're also going to need 2 circles. So these were cut using the layering circle framelits from Stampin' Up. You can use a hole punch, whatever you have. These are the smallest circle punch, and that's just a little over 1 inch. So you just need 2 of those. And just a little tip while I have this out, I went to the craft store and I bought just a piece of magnet sheet that you can craft with, and I cut it to fit my thinlits. This way I'm not losing them, because once they come off of your paper, they're stuck on with stickers, with a tape, an adhesive, and it's very strong, but once it comes off of there, it doesn't stick on right, and they end up falling, and you know, you can end up losing them. So this works out great for your different thinlits that you have. I just love it. I think it's great. And I cut it to the size of the package, and then they're right there, and it makes it handy. So, and then also, you also will need a piece of scrap white paper or very vanilla, whatever you want. This is what you're going to use to stamp out the truck, and we're going to end up cutting the truck out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our circles and we're going to make this shape with them. This is going to be the moving part for your truck. So in order to do that, it's very simple. You just take your circle and you fold it in half, and you take your other circle, do the same thing, fold it right in half, and then you're going to need some glue. I recommend the Tombow Mono liquid glue. I recommend using this. And you're just going to take the glue, the small tip of it, or you could use the the fine tip pen. That one would also work. And you're just going to take and you're just going to put a little bit of the glue along the edge of your fold, like so. Try to just keep it on the fold of the line. And then you're going to take your other circle and you're just going to glue the 2 ends together so it forms your moving part. So it should look like this when it's glued together, and you're just going to set that aside. You're going to let that dry. Then you're going to go ahead and we're going to work on the rest of the card, and by the time we're done, that piece should be dry. I've already done one, so I have it here. But you're going to take your real red cardstock, just crease it, make sure it's creased in half nice with your bone folder, and we're going to set that aside. You're going to take your mint macaroon piece, and we're going to take out your cutter and put both of your scoring tool and your cutting tool up at the top here. We're going to take your mint macaroon piece of cardstock. We're going to take it, and at the side that measures the side that measures 4, we're going to put that side down, And we're going to move this in to where it says 2. So you're going to move it into the 2. And then you're going to take and make sure this is lifted up. You're going to move your scoring blade to the 1/2 mark on your cutter. Once it's on the 1/2 mark, you're going to set it down, and you're just going to pull it up to the 4. Then you're going to take and you're going to move this back to 1 3/4. You're going to make sure your blade is either on the 4 or the 1/2 before you lay it down. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to just go up from the 4 all the way up to the 1/2 again. So you're going to form a little slice in the card. I don't know if you can see it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull the card, the back end of it up, and you're just going to take a pair of scissors and just snip both the ends. And that's going to be your moving, where your truck's going to move from, your little sliding area. So it should look like this when you're done. Then what I've done is I've taken my folder. This one is called Falling Petals, and I've just gone ahead and put it in my folder the way that I want it. I kind of want a little bit of space up here so I can stamp something. So I kind of moved it up the folder so that you have some hearts kind of falling. And down here on the bottom, you don't really have to worry about it because we're going to put that black strip of paper. So once you get it where you want it in your folder, you just go ahead and run it through the Big Shot. You put your flat platform down, your plate, your folder with the paper, your next plate, and then you just roll it through, and it'll go ahead and it'll emboss all those hearts onto your piece of paper. So it should look like this, or however if you want it all hearts, that's up to you. So with the black strip, this part is going to be your road. So I have a white gel pen. You can use a gel pen. You can use, Stampin' Up! Has some chalk markers. You could use those. Just something to kind of draw the lines in the road. And I just took and I went down the middle of the road and just kind of drew the lines in. So once you have your road all done, you're just going to go ahead and take some adhesive with your Snail adhesive, and just, I like to do it right along the edges. And we're just going to place it on the bottom of your card, just kind of line it up so it's right on the bottom. And then that's going to be the road for the truck to drive on. Then we're going to take this portion of the card and we're going to flip it over, and we're going to take your little white circles that you glued together. Make sure they're dry. If there's any kind of stickiness in between here, that means they're not dry, and it's going to stick to your card and it's not going to move properly. So once they're completely dry, you just kind of flatten them out so that they're circles again, and you slip the circle, one of the circles, into the card. I guess you don't, yeah, you kind of flatten it out and put it in there so that you have your circle in this side and you have the circle in that way. So that's going to be your moving part. So what you'll want to do is we're going to go ahead and flip it over so it's upside, or it's the wrong side down, and you're going to take your piece of red cardstock. This is going to be your tab. So what I do is I pull it back as far as I want, as it will go back, and then I will go ahead and measure with the card and just make sure I have enough to pull out. Which, what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of ribbon here, so this is going to work out perfectly fine. So you're just going to end it to the, put it right on the circle. And what I did with this one is I made this one a little thicker, because with this card here, you can see the love right there inside. So I thought I was going to try something different with this one. So I'm just going to take this card and I'm going to put it, the tab, I'm going to pull the tab and just kind of put it so that it's more towards the top, if that makes any sense. So we'll go ahead and I'll use Snail adhesive to just put some Snail adhesive. You can use glue dots. You can use your liquid mono glue, whichever kind of adhesive you want. And like I said, what I'll do is I'll glue it more towards the top. So there's your tab. That's going to be your little tab right there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this to the front of your card. So you want to be careful when you glue this. You don't want to get it glue where the slider tab's going to be. So go ahead and just line up your tab and just put your adhesive around the card where the tab's not going to, where it's not going to interfere with the slider. And then I'll just go ahead and put a runner of glue right there. So the main part is you just want to make sure your slider is free and clear of all the adhesive. Then you're going to go ahead and just stick this onto your base of your card. So it looks like this. And then your slider part is right here. And then what we'll do is we'll put some ribbon on here so it'll be easy to pull out. So you're just going to take the truck out of the stamp set, Tasty Trucks, and we're just going to stamp it on a piece of white or very vanilla cardstock. If you have little scraps around, just take it and just ink it all up, and then we're just going to stamp it. And then once you have your truck stamped, what you're going to do is you're just going to take a pair of scissors and just cut around the whole outline of the... So once your truck is colored, you use whatever colors you want. This one I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to take the hearts from Sealed with Love, and I'm going to take the plain heart here and the little flowered leaves here. And we're going to do this heart. It's going to be stamped with, I decided to do mint macaroon to kind of match your paper. You can do whatever colors you want. And it's going to be called a two-step stamp. So we're going to take the first portion of the heart, which is the clear heart, and we're just going to ink that up in your ink pad. And then you're just going to stamp it once. And then we're going to stamp it on your truck. And it's going to give it more of a lighter, faded kind of look to it. Then you're going to take your next heart, which is the one that has like the leaves and stuff in it. You can use whichever one you want. And we're going to just stamp it over top of that heart. And it gives it kind of like a watery, watercolor type effect to it. So, and that's called your two-step stamping. So once you get your heart in there, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the truck onto your card. So you just want a little piece of ribbon. This is about 2 inches long. Any type of ribbon will do. It's just gonna work as the pull handle. This one here is from Stampin' Up, and it's Blackberry Bliss. So you're gonna need a stapler. You just kind of fold the ribbon in half. You're just going to put it on the tab wherever you want it. I'll just put it right in the middle. Then you're going to take your stapler and you're going to staple it to your base. Just so it's like that. And then this is going to work as the tab handle. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the truck on. So your truck that you have all painted, or I'm sorry, all colored, we're just going to go ahead and put that right on the front. And what I'll do is I'll just, again, with the Snail adhesive, I'll just stick that on there. You can use any type of glue on there. And we'll go ahead and line up the truck. Just make sure your tab is as far back as it's going to go. And then what I'll do is I'll put the truck so it's covering the mark there. See, if you put it here, you've got the little part of the red, but if you put it here when it's pulled all the way back, when it's pushed in, then it's going to cover that. And then there's your card. So now what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and put some stamping sediments on here. And this is, you know, do whatever you want on it. You don't have to follow mine exactly. If you want to, that's great. But do whatever you want on it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this stamped up. So I'm going to take the Love You Lots from this set. I think this will fit perfectly for where I'm thinking of putting it. Here's your basic black, and I'm just going to slide this in so it's all the way back, and then you have this little space here. I'm going to put Love You Lots right there. Oh, that's perfect. Look at how cute that is. So there's Love You Lots. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and stamp something here. I think I'll stamp Hello Love like the last card. Oh, that's cute. So it says Love You Lots, and when you pull it out, sending love. Or I'm sorry, Hello Love. So I'm going to just go ahead and ink up Sending Love, and I'm going to put that on the top up here. So there's your card. It's super cute, and it's done a little bit differently than my last card. Love You Lots, Hello Love,